Susan Hanong is one of the many domestic workers who commute from Soweto, South Africa's largest township, to jobs in affluent areas of Johannesburg. She used to take 2 crowded and often dangerously driven minibuses. She now has a cheaper, safer option.
I like the bus because it's comfort. These people for taxi sometimes, they're shouting us. They say, you go, oh my granny, just move, always there. So in the bus, you're just getting in, no one can shout you. That's why I like the bus now.
For the last few months, Mrs. Hanong has used South Africa's new Bus Rapid Transit System, or BRT. Launched in August, it's designed to speed lengthy commutes created by apartheid-era segregation policies that force blacks to live far from white employers. But the Rea Vaya is behind schedule and far from finished. It's run into distinctly South African obstacles. Elements of the black-owned minibus taxi industry, fearing the bus's threatened profits, have resisted, on occasion violently, while some white suburbanites have objected to proposed routes through their neighborhoods.
Residents are saying, but we're not having buses going past our houses. When these are enormous buses, they're not taxis, they're our buses. Our concern initially was the haste that they were committing to this project by June 2010 for the World Cup. Hello? I mean, you're prepared to compromise all this for a World Cup. Yes, the World Cup is incredibly important to this country, and there's so many, it is so important on so many different levels. But, the World Cup comes and goes. It's only 6 weeks, or 5 weeks, whatever it is. And, we are going to be left with the aftermath.
City officials admit the BRT will not get to Sandton in time for the World Cup this June, and offer no firm timetable for when the buses will ever reach the rich northern suburbs. Mrs. Hanong's bus ride ends for now in town, where she transfers at added cost to a minibus taxi to finish her journey.
The discussion and the public discourse around the issues, in fact, has been a reflection that in many ways the city remains a very divided one. Divided spatially, divided racially, divided in terms of quality of life issues.
In a country where so much is seen through the prism of race, Tessa Turvey bristles at the suggestion that this issue is a racial one.
In this country, in this day and age, I think people who blame everything on race, it's a cop-out. It is ridiculous when people are not, this is not a race issue, it's got nothing to do with race. It's got to do with protecting the area.
While South Africa has made enormous progress since the end of white minority rule in 1994, the income gap between whites and blacks has widened. The BRT's attempt to knit Johannesburg closer together has stopped short of the neighborhoods where many of its passengers work.
It's fine to go to a shopping mall in the northern suburbs and expect waiters and waitresses who will be there to serve you in a restaurant, or packers at a supermarket checkout, and not think about when you've finished your dining at 11:30 at night, how is that waitress supposed to get home? How does she get home, in fact?
Despite the setbacks, many BRT passengers are grateful for the new service and patiently await the day when it will get them where they need to go. Mrs. Hanong knows how far the country has yet to go, but she also knows how far it has come.
But now it's better because I can sit like this. Before I can't sit like you. No, I'm not allowed to sit here in this chair. You see, but I clean here, but I'm not allowed to sit in your chair because I'm black. You see, now it's better. Everything is changing.